Hello, everyone. So recently, the colorist Tamra Bonvillain, I think I'm saying her last name right. I've never actually asked her. But anyway, so recently she posted on Twitter um, a kind of tutorial on how to create a uh, custom brush that creates a random color when flatting, which it comes in use when you're flatting such things as bookshelves or anything where you just need a bunch of different colors and the actual color doesn't really matter. So I thought that was a cool idea. It seems like an obvious idea, yet I never thought of it personally, and it seemed like a lot of other colorists were blown away by the idea. So I wanted to just create a quick video that demonstrates how to create the brush that she mentioned on that Twitter thread, and also demonstrate using it. So here we go. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is create the brush. Now it needs to be actually a pencil, so you're going to want to make sure you have this set to pencil tool, and since this is working with flats, we want a hard edge. So then you're going to want to pick, if you have a brush you like to use, basically any hard edge round brush will work. And if you have one that you already like to use for flatting, I recommend using that as your base. So I actually like to use this. It's actually meant to be a fine hair / eyelash brush that I like to use. I can't remember where I got this from, but this is the one I like to use. This one when flatting with the pencil tool. So I'm going to use this as my basis, and then from there we're going to customize it. So we're going to go to the brush settings, and basically the only thing we really need to do that's important is change or activate the color dynamics, right? And so, and I'm basically going to just use the exact setting that Tamra set up on her Twitter thread. However, she does mention that you can alter it a little bit if you don't want, the hue jitter or the saturation jitter to go as, if you don't want to change as much, you can adjust this. But this is the basic setting. So first of all, you're going to want to make sure that apply per tip is off, because otherwise you're going to get, every stroke is going to have like a million different colors. And then basically hue jitter at 100, saturation jitter at 34, brightness jitter at 38, and then purity, right there in the center at 0. Okay, so once we have that set, now we have our brush. Now what you're going to want to do is then go over here and do, hit new brush set or preset, and then you can name it. I'm not going to save it because I've already actually created one. But so you're going to do that. So then once you've done that, now you have your brush. So now it's time to actually use it. So here's a panel of line art from some Green Arrow artwork by Cliff Chiang. And I've already put some basic flats in there. So I'm going to grab where the books are. And over here, I'm going to create a new layer. So it's above my other one. So then I'm going to zoom in a bit. All right, go to my brush, make it a bit bigger. And I'm just going to start laying in the colors. And I just remember another thing Tamra recommends, which makes a lot of sense, is actually set the mode to behind. That way you won't paint over what you've already painted. So, all right, so that first one came out yellow, and now look, the second one is blue. I haven't selected any different colors. That's just how it came out. And then the next one is kind of a duller yellow. And this one's a purple. Another shade of blue. Another shade of purple. Another shade of purple. And another thing too is if you're getting too, you want more variety. And for example, look, there's another purple coming out. So there's a Command Z and start it. There we go. Now I'm getting a pink there. And kind of like a light green. Reddish. Another green. Another purple. And there we go. So now I have a shelf that has a bunch of different random colors. All right. Another thing I'm going to show, from my observations, because right now I kind of have, a relatively saturated color with, kind of like a moderate brightness. But like if I get like, say I select this light yellow, actually I'm going to go even lighter than that. So I have this very light yellow where the brightness is all the way up, and the saturation all the way down. I kind of notice that it will give me colors more in that range, close to that range. So see, these are all kind of light yet desaturated. I mean, they're all different hues and whatnot. And again, you probably can adjust this when you're creating the tool by changing the hue and saturation jitter. But yeah, so here I'm getting a different brand of colors just because I selected a different foreground color. And also, adversely, like if I pick like a really like deep color, see this one doesn't have too much brightness and it's kind of right in the middle of saturation. And again, see, look, I got a really dark color there. That one's kind of dark. Kind of dark, but but you see these ones are ranging a little bit more dark. So you can kind of determine, because these are actually like too dark. I probably wouldn't actually use these in an actual project. But you can kind of determine your results from what your foreground color is with these settings. So there you are. And then, I mean, you can then of course like change the opacity of this layer so that it blends in a little bit with the color you had behind it. You could also play around with different blending modes, like overlay. That kind of gets you like a richer color with that. Or just using the color mode. So you can play around with that just to get the more of the results that you want. And so that's basically it. That's how you create and use a random color brush. Now, if you actually want my exact brush, the one that I created, I'm going to make that available to my patrons on my Patreon page. So anyone who supports me on my $5 tier will get the brush that I've created in this video. But of course, you can just follow the instructions I put and create your own. And also in the description on this video on YouTube, I'll put a link to Tamra's original thread on this. I think that's pretty much it for now. I just want to mention that, of course, if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe. And of course, if and I'll have another one out in about a month's time, and try and put one out a month. If you want to get a little earlier, I also give all my patrons early access to my YouTube videos. So, yep, that's it for now, and I'll see you next month.